Wow. There was two watching and thumbs down straight away. Cool. A fan club is here. Hey Eric, how you doing, mate? Been a while since I've seen you around, bud. I hope everything's good there in Baguio for you. How you doing, Ray? Not much is up. I was just out all morning, driving around in this beautiful weather at the moment. Yeah, no worries, Eric. I know what that's like sometimes. As they say, shit happens. But it is another beautiful day here in Adelaide. Perfect weather, blue skies, not too hot. Actually, a pretty sensational day here today. So I hope you guys are all good. Hey, last day doing, buddy. The Texas stud is in the house. On a bit later today, actually slept in, then took off for a while and did a couple of things. It's always good to get out of the house. Um, Spoke to my sister on the phone. She might pop over later, might go out for dinner. We'll see what happens. But other than that, not much. Same shit, different day. Hope the weather's getting for you better for you guys over there in the US. You know, you guys have been putting up with a bit of snow and some pretty cold weather over there. They found a heartbeat. How you doing, Dick Insider? Hey, Gunner. How you doing, mate? Oh, God, I'm glad there's no girls in the chat at the moment, Gunner, to see that one. You're so politically correct. Yeah, still haven't heard from the boy, Gunner, and it's really weird because my sister tried to contact him and she he blocked her, so God knows what's going on. I've just put it down to his insane mother, but that's his choice. Yeah. All right, Gunner. Yeah, that's a debatable one, Dick Insider. Yeah, it's good to see you guys are still all around. Um, if anyone wants the link, just let me know. I'll throw it in there for you. Yeah. I'm not sure what's happening today. This is a pretty quiet one. Yeah. I know Gunner. That's my sister wanted to contact him and say, like, hey, what the hell's going on? And but he's. I'll just let it go, mate. But not sure where to go from here with him. Oh, all right, okay, all right. Hang on, I'll put the link in the chat, and then if I'm pretty sure Gunnar would be happy to do that for you, Dick and Cider. Yeah, look, Gunnar, it probably would be different if you lived with me, but um, hey, Roger, how you doing, mate? No worries, Gunnar. Um, yeah, it'd probably be a whole different story if he was living with me, but that's not how it is. So shit happens. One day he'll wake up to it all, hopefully, and then I'll rub his nose in it, little bugger. But definitely won't be using me as an ATM machine again. Not that he should be anyway. Little bugger's pretty well off. So yeah, it's crazy, Gunner. You do everything for them. You give them everything. Um, but I can't blame him for some of it because I know she pisses in his ear. Yeah, that's true too, Dick and Cider. Eating free food again. Good on you, Roger. That is true. It is an age where they do think they know everything. I tried to explain that to him one day, but you're not going to get through to them. Not when they're that age. Um, and it's worse when you got a parent who's will sink low enough to use the kids against you. To me, it's something I've never done, and I don't know. It's a pretty low act, but I hear it all the time. I know I'm not the only one that goes through that shit. But life goes on. Um, I could complain, but what's the point? I've managed to catch up with a few friends actually lately, so that's been good. But it's just been hard because a lot of them have either got businesses or they're out working, so a lot of them I can't see until the weekends. Roger. Well, my son's he was looked after pretty well, mate. His bank account would have to be, I don't know, 60, 70K in the bank, and he owns a third of a house, so um, he's doing okay. But definitely, I'm closing the bank to him now. So, but that's probably been my problem in the past. Um, Sport the rat too much. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing, Gunner, to give him some responsibility. But boys at that age, they get to be lazy shits. Yeah, I did the same, Roger. I sent my boy to one of the best colleges here in Adelaide. And that was $4,000 a term. So that's 4 terms. That was $16,000 a year plus all the extras on top of that. So you're probably getting close to 20 grand a year to send him to school. But it was easy, I guess, when you only got the one child. You had a few kids that, geez, that probably would have struggled a little bit then. So I can't say I really busted my ass, Roger. I was working, she was working. And to be honest with you guys, I'm starting to really miss working. I mean, I know I don't have to at this point in time, but kind of at times you feel a little bit lost when you're not working. Like I said, it's hard because it's not like I've got friends who are retired around me. They're still all working. So,
Hey, Thunder.
hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good. I finally got my Bluetooth working here. What the hell is going on with it?
uh, it sounds like you're driving.
Yep, I am. I had a late start today because I was waiting for an inspection, so I kind of worked a little later tonight.
Okay.
Headed home, and of course I'm like about an hour's drive roughly from the house right now.
Gunner said, took you long enough.
No, I've actually been in the background for a few many minutes. Just didn't
Oh,
say anything yet because I couldn't get my Bluetooth to work.
not a problem.
And thanks again, Gundren, for sending me the link.
Yeah, Gunner, thanks for doing that. Well, it's been pretty quiet on YouTube lately. Um, I have to admit there hasn't been too much drama.
I got to tell you, I haven't really, as far as the Philippine stuff goes, past week or so, I haven't really paid attention to too much of it. I've been just kind of listening to other things.
Yeah, well, you haven't missed much because there hasn't been a lot going on. I
Yeah,
mean,
I've got on or I haven't got on the show. I was listening to a couple people, but it just didn't interest me at all, and I ended up just leaving and listening to something else. I got to kind of get invested in it a little bit, and just few of the guys that were on or gals just didn't catch my attention, and I moved on to other things.
I'm still sub to some channels, but not that I watch them. But it's been very quiet, which is I guess that's a good thing because I don't know if these guys know. I mean, if anyone was looking at going to the Philippines and they're looking at the YouTube to find out what's going on and what I mean, with all this fighting that goes on, it
Well,
probably
yeah,
turn it.
they're gonna avoid some of these live chats. That's for sure.
Well, it would turn a lot of people off, I think. I mean, some of the shit that gets said, and I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd be wary about talking to any expat over there if I heard some of these live streams. Yeah, and that is true, Dick and Si. There is lots. Um, thankfully, there's some guys who have managed to slip under the radar, I guess, or I I think for my part, it was just the channels that I started following first seemed to attract all the shit.
I don't know. I guess that drama stuff kind of goes in waves a little bit. It'll pick up a little bit, and then it'll kind of die down for a while, and it'll pick back up. And
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um,
you can always tell when people are starting to ignore it a little more. Maybe some new channels pop up, and they just completely ignoring it. Then eventually,
well,
someone will get them. They'll get trapped into it or sucked in.
I think where the drama shit, I think people get tired of it. It wears thin. And you know what,
Yeah,
Graham? That is
for sure
true.
it does.
You know, the drama doesn't have a large audience. I mean, and it's got a shelf life. I mean, uh, even those that I guess don't mind a bit of drama. I mean, it probably gets boring for them after a while too. And welcome, Graham. It's always good to see you. Yeah, well, that's true too, Eric.
Well, it's probably if you're a new person, you're probably like, let me listen and find out as many things as I can, and then you probably got to get a little comfortable, even sending your first message out to even ask for help, and then you're going to slowly get involved in maybe conversations, and then drama will come in after all that. I don't think too many people, unless you're just want to troll right out the gate, you're not going to probably get involved with it right away.
I don't I don't know what it is, but I've been pretty lucky with this channel because it hasn't attracted as much of the haters, or well, I hate using that word haters, but it hasn't seemed to
Just
attract it
trolls.
trolls. Yeah,
Just, yeah. Yeah, if they come here, just block them. I mean, they'll go make many accounts, just keep blocking them and blocking and blocking.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's plenty of guys here in the Philippines that I'm sure they get trolled, but they completely ignore it. Of course, they're not really doing live stuff. For example, I have no idea the guy's name. I think it's called like the Amazing Philippines or something like that. I don't know if you've ever seen that
no,
guy.
no,
Literally, all he does, he goes around, he shows a lot of condo and apartment stuff, and he gives his kind of view of the Philippines. He's been in the Philippines like maybe 3 years. He just gives his views on the Philippines from his view, and he does zero drama. I mean, he probably blocks anybody that has a negative comment. I bet, and he gives good information. To be honest, I haven't watched him in a while. He'll do like budget breakdowns. He'll show different places where take little trips here and there, and he'll kind of show off. To me, this is an ideal type channel for just giving out information, and I'm sure he would do good probably if he went live.
I found no, Roger. I can't call myself a Philippines vlogger because I'm not in the Philippines. I've never been there. I've just got the Philippines interest. Maybe if I went over there and did some videos or lives over there, then yeah, you could say that. But Yeah, and I'm not distancing myself from the guys at all. Thunder's feet don't reach the floor. You're a bastard, Dick Insider. But what I have seen is that the really successful vloggers out there totally ignore the trolls. Won't give them the time of day.
Yeah, or they'll do it on Facebook or other platforms. They won't actually do it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, at some stage, you're going to attract a troll or two. I mean, that's just seems to be
Yeah.
how it works. Um,
Yep.
I just like to give everyone a fair go on here. I don't mind a bit of shit stirring, but when it goes too far, that's when I'll act. Yeah, Dick Insider, that's true. Rike does totally ignore the trolls, and I watch some of his videos. Not all of them, but I'll watch a few here and there. He has some good information. Um,
His his Vietnam stuff has been pretty good. I'd kind of fallen away from him because he kind of wasn't doing nothing new, and but now that he's in Vietnam, is it's pretty interesting.
yeah, well, I've seen a couple of them, and it looks like he's going to be staying in Vietnam for a while now.
Yeah, he said his plan was to stay there like a year. So
Well, that's good on him. Like, why not? Why not try all of Southeast Asia? And I mean,
yeah, I mean, I would say if you're able to take advantage of it, you should. You should see different parts of the world. I mean, he's lucky he can do it for long periods of time. But I would still say because he was in the Philippines, excuse me, he's been in the Philippines like 5 or 6 years, and he basically didn't go anywhere. I mean, he kind of traveled around the Philippines, but he didn't see any other countries that I'm aware of.
yeah, I can't say that I've seen that. Jesus, Dick Insider, you you wanker. uh, no, look, I think it's going to help his channel definitely. The year stay in Vietnam, and I think it will. It's good for him uh, just in itself to spend some time in another country. And I mean, those countries are all so close to each other, so I don't know why more people, when they go somewhere in the Southeast Asia, why they don't travel to a few countries while they're over there. It's
You
cheap.
know what? I've always wondered that myself. I think it's kind of boiling down to the ease of the English in the Philippines is just.
Yes.
I feel guys are scared to go to these other countries because of the language barrier.
No worries, Roger. Thanks for popping in, mate. Take care. Um, I think English definitely. Um, and the other thing is too, like with say Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, those places, there's not a lot of vloggers coming out of there. Not that I know of, anyway. A
No,
lot of the vlog.
not compared to say Thailand and the Philippines for sure. It don't seem to be near as many. There are I've seen a couple Cambodian guys, but one of the guys don't even live there. He just kind of travels there kind of often. I've never seen anybody in Laos other than visits.
Yeah,
I've never
yep.
seen a actual vlogger. And I've been to Laos. It's not necessarily a place you necessarily want to make home. I guess I mean I didn't think it was a terrible place, but it's when you compare it to Thailand, it's just there's no contest.
I think, and I don't want to paint all the guys with the same brush here, but I think what it is too is the female part of it. I think it's the nightlife in Thailand and the Philippines probably um, makes it more attractive to single guys.
As far as nightlife goes, if I'm comparing the southeast countries like now, like Thailand, the Philippines don't hold a candle to Thailand as far as nightlife
Yeah.
goes. I mean, I mean, they got way better, discotheques. The nightlife just in general is way better in Thailand than the Philippines.
Well, I was watching a Thailand versus Philippines guy. Um, what's it? King Epic, and I mean the first thing he mentions is the infrastructure, the better accommodation. Um, and he actually did say, it would be hard for you to go to Thailand first and then go to the Philippines because you'd be taking a step down. Is there?
I would agree with. I'm saying because I went to Thailand first before I went to the Philippines, and like I knew there was poverty in the Philippines. I wasn't blind to it, but I was kind of surprised because especially the way they follow American culture and they were a colony of America for a while. I didn't think they would be as poor of a nation, so I was kind of taken back by the poverty in the Philippines. I was really kind of surprised.
Yeah, well, he said it's really noticeable if you were say to go to Thailand first, then to the Philippines. He said if you went from a Western country to the Philippines first, it would be okay. But if you went from Thailand to the Philippines, then you're going to notice a, a, a huge difference.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'd already been to like Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos before I'd ever been to the Philippines. Let me tell you what, Cambodia's got some uh, drastic poverty problems. I mean, like worse than the Philippines.
oh wow,
Um, I mean, like people are still like living in like bamboo thatch style housing without running water and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's the disparity between like middle and poor and upper class, all that is huge.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, how you doing, Randall? We're talking about Rike because Rike is now in Vietnam, I think, for at least a year or something. So it's a little bit more interesting watching his videos at the moment because he's doing something different, and you're getting a different view of another country now from him. So, and he doesn't. I mean, he's pretty good with his information. He's pretty informative.
Yeah, I think so too. I know a lot of people kind of poo poo on him a little bit, but I think he gives a very realistic view of what it would be like as a single guy.
Yeah,
And as a single guy who used to travel quite a bit. I mean, obviously I didn't live in a country for long periods of time like he has, but I mean I totally understand where he's coming from as a guy who was single and traveled for many years.
I mean, at the beginning it was pretty cool watching his videos and that, but they did get a little bit. It's the same thing over and over again, I guess, just in different places. And
Yeah, I got to be honest. What I really like more, I like the first timers when they first go to the country and they're sharing their view and they've never really been anywhere before. I love seeing those type of videos, kind of like the shock and surprise and the awe that from your first time when you go somewhere. It's like, wow, this is so different, and I wasn't expecting this, and oh, this is better, and I always like when someone new starts out to see their experiences when you first literally arrive in a country, and then
yeah,
after a while, if they're interested enough, you keep up with them, they can start giving you more realistic views of what's going on within the country, and because I started watching Rike pretty early on with this stuff. I don't even think he moved or he was moving to Bohol when I first started watching him. Around then. So I mean, it's been a good 5 years. I've followed the guy or longer.
yeah. I
So
watched. There's another guy too in Dumageddon. Hey, Tastic. Uh, I'm not sure, Tastic. Probably an hour or so. See what happens. Just depends on the how the conversation goes. But I used to watch Philippines Dream. Now, he's again. Some of his videos are really good when he does the updates and tells you. I mean, recently the ones I've watched is where he's talked about what's happened to some of the foreigners over there, um, which he seems to cover that fairly well. But his other videos, I don't know. I guess uh, it's a matter of taste on whether you like him or not.
yeah,
I think,
he he's okay to me. I like more of his videos. Kind of when he talk about like the culture there and some of that stuff. I haven't really, for the past year or so, I haven't those little live news update things. I guess he kind of does those. Haven't been interesting for me too much.
Yeah, yeah, same here. Yeah, Randall, if you can remember his name, let us know, mate. I'll check him out because I mean I've been watching a little bit of Rike in Vietnam, but it's always good to get another view on it, because everyone's going to be looking at different things and got different tastes and or looking for different things in whatever country they're in. So
Yeah, I like travel stuff. More so like the people who are actually just kind of traveling around the world a lot. So I kind of prefer those versus someone who's kind of living in one area for a while. I mean,
well,
I understand their opinion and views, and someone who's lived in the country for years obviously should have some good, solid information to give you and advice. So
I tell you one that I've watched. I haven't seen him for a little while, but Harold Boulder. Have you seen him?
that sounds familiar, but I can't think of
He's
what
a
he does.
he's a Nordic guy, I think, and he runs around on a motorbike through Southeast Asia.
Yes, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I haven't watched that guy in a long time, actually, now that you say it.
yeah, me too. But I don't think he's put anything out for a while. I'm not sure. Um, but there seems to be. I mean, I'm not so sure about the Philippines, but in Thailand, with some of them, there seems to be this real competition between the bloggers. They seem to compete against each other, especially in Thailand. Oh, he's got a new video today. Yeah, I've watched a bit of him, Base Runner. Uh,
Which guy is that?
Harold Boulder.
Oh, does he? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm sub to him.
Okay, I'm not sure if I've still subbed to him or not because I haven't seen any. I'll have to check
Yeah,
him out.
I haven't noticed one. I notice every once in a while people I'm sub to it won't give me the updates because you just said King Epid had a new one, and I'm actually sub to him, but I
Oh,
haven't seen anything
okay,
from
with
him either.
King Epic, they did close down his channel. He had to start a new one.
Yeah, yeah, I do know he I forget how I found out, but yeah, I know he started a new one. He had to
Yep.
re-upload everything and get rid of a lot of the sex
Yeah.
stuff that he does.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's a young perv, ain't he?
Yeah. There's a few of them. Bangkok 112 and
Bangkok once well, he just of course who knows how old that guy's. I mean, you can tell King Epic is a guy definitely in his 30s. I
yeah.
have no idea. Bangkok 112, he could be 112 or 20. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah. Gunnar just said that Harold Boulder is in India at the moment. So
Okay, you know what? That sounds kind of familiar. I think maybe I did see one of his India videos.
yeah, Thai-tastic, and I notice it more with the Thai vloggers more than anyone else. They're just so competitive with each other, and they're all seem to be at each other's throats. I mean, there's some that get along, which is good, but I don't understand why they don't get together more often and do things together because it would make it interesting. I don't think anyone wants to see all the bullshit that goes on. That's what I used to like about your
Yeah,
channel, Tytastic.
I definitely one of those Thai guys that we're starting to. So I'm really down to just a couple Thai vloggers now that I watch, and that's it.
Yeah, look, like I said, I mean, I've been with Tytastic for a while. When I first caught his live streams in Jontium, I still watch Land of Smiles, Simon and Mem. I watch Chuck and Page, No Time to Be Sad. They're still pretty
What
cool.
is that one? I don't know that one. Say it again.
No Time to Be Sad.
No time. Yeah, I don't know that one.
Um, and the two is just the number two, and the B is just a B. So it's just, but he's a Texan. He's married to a Thai girl. He lives over there permanently now. But he's a no drama guy, no fuss guy. he tends to stay away from all the negative stuff, and he's a really positive guy. I enjoy watching him. I enjoy talking to the guy. Sometimes I'll watch 20 seconds in Thailand Rob. I watch him.
I actually like Thailand Rob personally.
Yeah, I don't like some of the shit he does, and I know that he's a pretty shonky character, but he does have charisma, and you know,
Yeah, he definitely comes out. Yeah, that's what people say. Like he kind of seems like he's kind of a sketchy guy or whatever.
oh
To
yeah,
me, in his videos, I don't get that vibe at all from him.
uh, I've seen the paperwork, mate. He
Like
actually,
paperwork of what?
he, you know how he talks about like he's living on Patreon. He tells everyone that the only way he can live over in Thailand is through Patreon, through his donations and that. Well, he's actually got a house, mate, uh, in the US still that he's renting out,
Yeah,
and
yeah. He's come out and said that.
yeah, which people didn't know at first. He's also, got
Well,
some.
you'd have to go back and watch all of his videos. I mean, to me, the guy, I don't, I haven't watched him quite as much. I don't know how honest he is before, but he was always honest. When especially when he first started, he said straight up, I got this much money coming in. I mean, he's not getting a lot from his house. I
Well,
mean, it is some income, but
he hid the numbers once he hit $1,100 on Patreon. He was getting $1,100 just in Patreon every month,
oh
and
yeah,
that
no,
and that doesn't count any super chats he might get or PayPal.
yeah,
And
and
I
he's
know,
probably making X amount per whatever he's getting through YouTube. I mean, I
yeah,
don't see nothing wrong with that stuff.
no,
Yeah,
that's
like I
fine.
said, he used to be very honest about it beforehand. He's basically he was living off of YouTube and people's donations. Basically he still is, and as far as I can tell.
Yeah, Gunner, that's right. Gunner just said that's new. I stopped watching him, but he never mentioned a house in the beginning. It was all Patreon and people who donated. Well, that's what he put over there, Gunner, at one stage. But obviously,
No,
uh, Lost has heard
yeah,
him talk about the house, and
yeah,
I
he had a I have heard him. I remember one of his videos. He came out and said he gets a little money from some kind of rental income or something like that. He didn't go into specifics, but he said it said it wasn't enough to keep him there. Just that rental income wasn't enough to sustain him.
yeah, but a few
Which
things.
obviously, I mean, if you only have one rental property, you're not going to be making no money to live abroad. I mean,
Well, I seen one vlogger who's a new vlogger to Thailand. He'd only just gone there for the first time, and it's kind of funny. I've heard this now from a few people, but if he meets you, um, if you're not sitting there buying him drinks, he won't stay with you very long. I think this one guy, he said he was with him for about 10 minutes and took off.
no, yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, that's true, Gunner, because in the beginning he kept saying if not for the Patreon, he couldn't stay. That was all the money he had coming in, and he did say that. So it was a bit of a,
Yeah, that is true. I mean, he has said that many times. He said the Patreon is keeping him there. The PayPal and Patreon type stuff
yeah,
kept him there, and which is true because I heard him say, like example, if I had just one rental property, for example, here in the States, if you had if it cost you $1,000, assuming you don't own the house outright, your payment every month, let's just say $1,000, you have to rent it out for 1,500. Maybe you have some kind of leasing property management thing. They're going to take a cut out of that. I mean, you're only get what, $200 or $300 a month. I
yeah.
mean, you can't live in another country off of that. So when he says, my opinion, when he says I'm living off of Patreon, I believe that.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know, but Barmer could probably live off of that.
Yeah. Well,
No, no, I'm just being facetious.
yeah, I know. Anyway, but I'm gonna jump off now. I'm gonna run inside and take a shower and everything. It's late for me over here, so it's after 9. Yeah.
No worries, mate. Not a
Anyway, if you
problem.
have me on tomorrow, I'll get up with you and all the guys in the chat. See you later.
All right, mate. Take care. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Yep. Later.
Bye. Yeah, Randall. I still like to visit Thailand myself because I know a few people over there. Um, no Time to Be Sad is a good guy. I've talked to Chuck a bit, and uh, he would know who I am. Uh, he really is a positive guy, no negative shit, which, you know, that's what you want, you know. And he does show you, you know, he travels around Thailand and it shows you different places. Change the topic. You see, they made a machine. No, I have no idea. Gonna Not sure what a Kung type machine. Keurig. Okay. Yeah, don't know that one. Face runner. Rob aligned himself with Sonny in the beginning. He found out different now. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen Rob for a while, and I don't think he talks about Sonny too much. Coffee machine. Ah, okay. Um, I used to watch Sonny in Thailand, although as far as I know, he's gone private now. Him and Boomboss. Thanks a lot, Tytastic. I'd love to catch up with you, man, and have a few drinks and sit around those bars like you guys used to do, you and Mickey. I'd love to do that. Oh, okay, Gunner. Alcoholic one. I don't know how that would work though. To be honest with you, I'm drinking less and less these days. Hey, Amani, how you doing? Um, I'm not sure if it's because I spent a bit of time on my own or not, but just not that interested these days. I mean, I drink to be social. That's about it. Good to hear, Amani. Now, that's interesting too. Fantastic to hear that you're building on land this year. Um, I hope all that goes well for you. I know a couple of guys that have done that in the Philippines. Hey, Jedi, how you doing, buddy? Uh, One guy I've talked to um, outside of YouTube. Yeah, it does sound interesting, Gunner. Um, you guys probably know him as Snapper Rocks. I know him and his wife are building a place in the Philippines. I've been very fortunate in that he's sent me a lot of pics and that. And oh my God, the guy's building a mansion over there. It's beautiful. Um, that's for him and his wife to retire there one day. Well, that's it, Graham. Well, not the barfly, but uh, Ty Tastic is a good guy, and he just gets around the place. And you know, in the evenings, him and his friend Mickey, um, and Ty Tastic's lady friend at the time, would go to bars, and they would do a live stream from the bars just for his viewers. And it was always a fun. It was always a fun thing, and you know, I'm happy to you know, go to a bar and sit there and have a drink with somebody. Last drink I had was in PI. I don't care for much now either. Special occasions, and I'm good with that. Yeah, Jedi. I'm the same, mate. Um, you know, again, you know, to a few social drinks, that's fine. You know, I'm not about to just sit there, as Graham might be suggesting, just sit there and just get drunk. That's not what I'd be looking for. For me, it's more the social aspect of sitting there with guys that you've just met. And you know, Tytastic's one of those guys that I'd really want to meet. A really down to earth guy. Um, and I said he's fun, you know, and his live streams were fun. You know, which the Philippines guys really, you know, a lot of it's not so much fun anymore. It's just okay, gotta go. Oh, no worries, Titastic. I might jump over there later, mate. Thanks for popping in. Always good to see you, buddy. Have a measure contest. I'll win, Gunner. And you know what? I tell you what. Um, I don't have an issue with anyone that goes to the Ladyboy bars, and it's interesting. I've seen who was it? Dead Farang do one from a Ladyboy bar, and he was funny the way he did it too. The guy's got a real good sense of humour, and if you talk to those guys, they'll tell you that those videos with the Ladyboys, they tend to be get lots of views. So, and I'm not going to. I don't have a problem with them because, like I said, I've got a friend in Thailand who's in a relationship with a ladyboy, and you know, if if that's what makes him happy, man, go for it. Who am I to judge? Yeah, just being sarcastic. Uh, yeah, I know, Graham, and I mean, if you some guys are on the holiday are going to drink and Jesus face runner, um, uh, and I might be one of those guys that might have a couple of drinks every day, but I'm not going to be out there getting drunk every day and um, to say that you're not going to hit a bar at all. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that because at some stage, you're going to meet up with people and go to a bar and the restaurants and shit like that and sit around and have a few drinks. And nothing wrong with it, as you know, Graham, having a nice drop of wine. For me, it's white wines with a bit of cheese. Hey, Kev, how you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well, big Kev. But what we've got to remember is that everyone's got different reasons for going over to these places. Yeah, well, that's true, Gunnar. You got to do more than that. Yeah, Jedi. I've seen um, some some Thai ladyboys who, you know, one you wouldn't know that they were ladyboys, and they're goddamn prettier than most of the real women. It, but then again, you got some too that mate that they look like halfback flankers. So, but yeah, there is some really hot ones over there. So yeah, you want to be careful. Although from what I've seen, Jedi, you'll usually know, mate, because they'll go for the grab themselves. They're not shy. Gay stuff is that. No, I don't mind a bit of wine now and then, Gunner. Not often, but I will drink wine and with a bit of cheese. If I'm sitting around with friends or something. Um, I used to be a big spirits drinker, so Jack Daniels used to be um, the drink of choice. But these days, I'm probably more likely to just have a beer. You know, I'm just not big on drinking all that much anymore. I mean, I know that particularly the Philippines, there's some guys over there who drink every day and they're big drinkers, but I couldn't do that. You know what? You're definitely right, Face Runner. I think you're doing yourself uh, uh, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't get around and people talk about the culture, but I don't see how sitting around in just one city um, is going to help you with learning the culture. You do need to get around. It's just my sister sending me. What the hell? Oh, what is this? Uh, okay. Sorry, guys, just looking at something my sister sent to me, but that floats his boat. You know what? It's not a matter of it floats my boat, and I'm just respectful of the fact that I have a friend who's in a relationship with one. So, and Chania, and she's a great person. I mean, we tend to forget that these are people, where a lot of these guys are making fun out. Yeah, that's true, Graham. Um, I'm not going. Jesus, Gunner. Well, I said horses for courses. Jeez, face runner. No, Graham, that's right. I mean, everyone to each his own. Um, I think you just need to respect that. And well, I mean, sometimes even myself, I've caught myself out doing making fun of it, and I shouldn't be because, like I said, I've got a friend who's in that position, and well, Gunner, you're probably like most guys, but I tell you what, like Dave said earlier, some of them, mate, you would struggle to tell the difference. Seriously. Um, and one guy, if you look at Dead Farang, he's done some on them, and he's kind of funny the way he does it too. He's got a really good sense of humor. He's got a bit of charisma. Um, he's probably one of the more. He'll show you the nightlife, say the walking streets and the bars, and he's done the Philippines as well. But he'll also go to the resorts and places like that. So he does get out there, and he shows you uh, more than just the bar life and that. Yeah, Gunner, I understand. I'm the same. Use the Dundee method. You probably don't have to face on it because they'll do it to you. Yeah, Graham, that's true too. Hey, Steve, how you doing? And like I said, we will have a joke around in that. Uh, yeah, Gunner, I think he's had a quiet period. He did mention why. Um, I seen a video not long ago where he's talking about that. Get used to it. If you're going to go to Thailand, you're going to come across them. You're going to see lots of them. Uh, they're everywhere in Thailand. That's just, I guess, you know, uh, a third gender over there is just seems to be a everyday part of life, and I guess it's easy for them over there because they do have actually great medical over there, and it's very cheap. Hey, Slow Ride, how you doing, buddy? So, yeah, I'd recommend to any of you guys if you want to, if you need to have any, dentistry done or anything like that, go over uh, to Thailand and get it done. Yeah, it is over in Thailand, Face Runner. I'll check that out later, DNC. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, I've got to that age now where it's live and let live. You know, who am I to judge anybody? If I go to these countries, I'm going there just to have a bit of fun. What have I got the ring of death going here? That sucks. Let's see if I refresh that. And it's good to see you, Slow Ride. Haven't seen you around much lately. Hope you're doing well, bud. Rotary wanker. Oh shit! I don't think I've seen that one, Jedi. See, a lot of you guys like yourself, Jedi. I'd love to catch up with you guys over there, and I'd love to catch up with Graham and Eric and Johnny. Um, I'd catch up with Ren, Focus. Definitely want to, and Ed and expat prepper Larry. Maybe Graham, although there's some guys. I don't know if you guys have seen that Tom and Ruth. He's thrown out videos like they're going out of fashion. Use the force. um, I mean, there's been some changes in YouTube lately, and I heard that they're supposedly, don't take me as 100% on this, working on a way of dealing with a lot of the trolling that goes on. Um, and I guess that coming down from Google with their hard stance on all the hate speech and that. I mean, they go way too far with some of that, though. This politically correct bullshit. We should do a show on that, guys, because no bullshit. I've had enough of this being politically correct. It's gone too far. You know, we bringing up a generation of gimps that you know you say the wrong thing to them and they take it the wrong way and suddenly they're crying like little babies. Yeah, slow ride. There is a lot out there, but that's a good thing because then you can choose who you like. You know, it's always good to have choice. And we're not all going to like the same thing. So I think it's good that there is a lot of vloggers out there. So because everyone's got the ability to choose who they watch. Yeah. It seems to be that way, Graham. Uh, but then again, what we don't see is what guys are making on sometimes on the Patreon, PayPal, the super chats. Add that to then whatever they're making. And there's a guy, Our Life Thai. He's an Aussie guy married to a lovely Thai lady. They live over there. He's actually working there now. He's actually got a job where she works. But if you want to check it out, Our Life Thai. No, they're not stopping it, but they've been dropping Jedi. Yeah, liberalism is a pain. But if you check out Our Life Thai, he did a rundown on what they've been making on YouTube, and it's a slow start. But at one point there, they've made some. They've had months where they've made $800 or $1,000 a month, which is not bad, and that doesn't include maybe what they've got in PayPal or Patreon or anything like that. Um, but he gave up his life in Australia to come. What he did is he went to Thailand. I'm not sure if it was for work or not, or holiday, and he had a guide, and end up they got along really well, got married. She had a house, so they live in her home. Uh, But I think I got a little bit too much for him being at home all day, and she works, I think, 6 days a week. Um, so now that he's actually got a job working where she works, so but a very upbeat couple, um, worth having a look at, guys. Here in YouTube, everyone is one place is online physically trying to, and that's true too, Graham. And I know that if I went there, say for a month or whatever, I'm not going to be able to see everybody. It's just not physically possible. Um, yeah, Jedi. Everyone is getting on board. 50,000 plus subs are in a new pay bracket, according to my. Yeah, that could be true. I'm not sure, Face Runner. But it really depends on, and our life tied did a breakdown on it. If it seems to be the American market, if you can get American viewers, you're going to make more off the AdSense uh, from the American viewers than you do from most other countries. But the thing is, if you're a Filipino vlogger and you got lots of Filipinas on your channel, you're not going to make bugger all. It seems to be that some of these third world countries don't. You're not going to make a lot of AdSense from those views. It really is seems to be the US, UK, and Australia where you'll make the bigger money, and I think more so from the US if you've got US viewers. But yeah, Graham is right. It would be hard to catch up because everyone is spread out so far. Yeah, that's right, Jedi. Exactly. US, UK, Australia is bigger cash than getting views from some of the other countries. Um, and I think what we're seeing too, I don't know if you guys have noticed it. It seems that the Filipinos are seeing Westerners make a bit of money over there, and so they're all trying to jump on the bandwagon now. Um, but what you're going to find is, or they're going to find, is that they're going to have lots of Filipino viewers, and that's not going to bring them in the money that the Western vloggers are making, because you really do need the views from Western countries. And I've seen a breakdown on it, and the US definitely you're getting bigger cash from the AdSense from the US than any other place. But yeah, I don't have a problem with people making money from it, but I don't think you need. I don't think you want to be going over there and relying on it. That's for sure. Vloggers and subs together, yeah, that would be cool. He's one guy though. He puts out a lot. Face Runner. Same with a farmer farming in the Philippines. Animals. I can't think of his channel, but he puts out heaps. What the hell? Oh God. No, it doesn't make much sense, Graham. And if you've got to rely on money from YouTube, you shouldn't be there. Simple as that. You know. OFWs get ripped off anyway. So what I think. Hey, Lefty, how you doing, mate? Um, but you got no business being in Southeast Asia if you're trying to live off of YouTube. Because unless you got 100,000 bloody or 50,000 plus subs and you're getting Patreon and all that, you're not going to make it. Yeah, yeah, hear you, Kevin. Um, it's here one day, gone the next. So Oh wow, that's crazy, Jedi. Well, the thing I think he's talking about the super chat, Lefty, and you know, at the end of the day, yeah, it, it's only a limited amount people are going to send you, I guess. Yeah, well, what a lot of guys do is they put affiliates in their description there. So if you click on those links, they make money from that as well. I'm pretty sure that's. I've seen a video by JLB about that. You know, if you really are looking to make money from a YouTube channel, you want to put those um, affiliates in there, and hopefully people click on it, and then you'll make a little bit of money from that as well. But I mean, you're talking about needing tens of thousands of views and a lot of subscribers to make any real money out of it. And even then, it might become a little bit of spending money, but don't rely on it to live over there. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, Benny's a good guy, Jedi. Jesus, go Bobo. Hey Jerry, how you doing, buddy? Watched your videos, Jerry. I have to go back and actually see him again so I can put the. I forgot to press the likes because I watched one after the other. You just did two recently: the taxi scam and the hotel review. Um, so that was cool. I hope you put out a lot more. No, I don't have nothing against them either, Graham. What I'm saying is though, these guys that go over there and think they can live on that money and just relying on that money, you can't do it. You know, it's crazy. You know, you shouldn't be looking at moving to one of those countries and relying on living off of YouTube. You know, um, uh, good one, Jerry. It's always good. Yeah, and I think that's where some of these guys got into trouble, and where some guys end up becoming trolls to them because they were really pushing. And I guess that's where the e-begging came from when people were asking for money to be sent. Which, you know, I mean, I don't mind guys getting the money in that. Uh, But when you're on every day and asking for it, you know, and really building up your live stream on the basis of asking people for money all the time, it's not that good. Yeah, I agree exactly. And I mean, the way Big Kev does his shows and then gets the donations, that's a cool way of doing it. As we know, there's one person who does it the wrong way. Oh Jesus, Johnny Karate! I seen the one where he did the looked like an Aboriginal lady. I don't know if that one's still up there. Oh my God. Anti-feminism. Yeah, well, I think we're all like that, Go Bobo. I was actually going to do a live about that, but I guess that would attract the wrong crowd. Exactly, Graham. Thank you very much. E-begging and AdSense are two different things. You know, people donating is different again too. But if you're on a live stream and you're constantly just telling people to donate to you, then yeah, that's e-begging. But if you're doing a show and you've got the means to accept money, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. It's people want to send you money; it's their money. Johnny, I think you got them in Thailand as well. Not as bad as the Philippines, though. Oh, that MGTOW shit, that's bullshit. Yeah, it is sad, Johnny. Exactly, Gunner. exactly. Yeah. I think what Kev does it the right way. Um, a certain person we all know did it the wrong way. Um, but again, if people want to donate, that's really up to them. Yeah, we know Face Runner. Yeah, Gunner, I don't know. I mean, I really don't like uh, that term, and uh, yeah, yeah, I know Jedi. I don't know Johnny. You know what, Jerry? That's right. If you need to e-beg every day while in the Philippines, it is time to go home and get a job. Well, go Bobo. Uh, I think some of those guys probably do have some issues. You know, um, if you're talking about the Raging Cajun, no, he doesn't stay with him. Uh, that's never been the case. Um, Focus has got a big heart, and he helped him out in finding a new place that was cheaper to live. And as far as I know, has visited him a couple of times. But don't take that the wrong way. He's not living with him, and you know, don't go referring to him as a munchkin. The guy is my friend. What's this? Corbin wants to porn up video shoot later today. Jesus, gummy bear. Try. Yeah, I've seen that one, Go Go Bobo. That's the one where they kept the girl and wouldn't let her out the bar or something. I did see that one. Yeah, I can't do that slow ride. Again, if guys want to go over there and do that shit, that's up to them. You know, it's not for me to judge what people want to do, and if that's what they're happy doing. It's just from what I've seen and what friends have told me. There's no need to. There's lots of nice single girls out there that you can meet that aren't in the bar scene, and you know, personally, you're going to end up with a better girl. But you know, horses for courses. Pastor Terry. Now, I've watched a little bit of the guy. There's another guy there I've watched a little bit too, and he's definitely got charisma. You guys probably know him as Overstay Road. Yeah, that's so true, Big Kevin. You're lucky today, but you might not be lucky tomorrow. Everyone is a pastor in the fields. God, God. Yeah, Coco Boba, what's going on? You're making sense today. It's very true. Um, very, very true. Yeah, well, that was a joke, wasn't it, Gunner? But I think the MGTOW thing is a cop out. Uh, and then I've seen some videos where they talk about the different levels of MGTOW. It's like, oh my God. Uh, to me, I thought you either go on your own way or you're not. So to me, it's just doing your own shit, doing your own thing. And one of the great things about talking to a lot of you guys is learning the tricks and the pitfalls of some of the girls over there. Let's face it, you got some great girls over there, but you got some there that are looking at you as an ATM. Others that are looking to get everything they can out of you. So you know, I guess that's one of the great things about watching vlogs and learning a little bit. And as much as I've learned from you guys and watching vlogs, it's still a drop in the ocean. I'm sure when I get there, it's a whole new story. I mean, I think to steal uh, Sentai Seven's little phrase, we're only seeing a small window into life over there. Until you get boots on the ground over there and experience it for yourself, you really don't know shit. I mean, it's just like having cheat sheets, I guess. You you know what to look out for, but it'll all change once you're over there and amongst it all. And we've got Jerry actually over there at the moment and enjoying the Philippines. So I'm really eager to see more of his videos. As I said, he's done two. If you guys don't know, he's done one on a taxi cab driver trying to rip him, and another one on did a review of the hotel room he was staying in. So that interesting. I've seen one too. MJ did one the other day on it looked like a little Mexican restaurant. Um, that was pretty cool too. Who's that? Jerry, Philippines bound gunner. He's over in the Philippines at the moment. The ferry upgraded from jeepneys to taxis. That's rough, Johnny. Yeah, yeah, Gunner. He's got two new ones up that he's done from the Philippines. Um, yeah, he's over there at the moment. Him and his wife. I think they're there for 3 weeks. All right, see you later, go go. Yeah, I definitely don't watch Frank Graham. Um, the MGTOW guy, is it Terry? I watched a few of his videos. I'm not sub to him though. I don't think. Same as Overstay Road. I don't think I'm sub to him either. But I've seen a couple of his videos. Everyone's different, man. We all like watching different shit. Um, I mean, it's interesting seeing the walking street and the bars, but that gets boring after a while too. Uh, what do I think when I say Philippines? That's a good question, Face Runner. All right, first thing that comes into to mind, uh, I guess, is the girls. I mean, it's hard to go past the hotties over there. Um, some, how do I say this without being rude? I guess being a third world country, I think about like the squatter areas and shit like that, and I guess I got this idea in my head from what people have told me about Manila, about the smells and things like that. Um, but I guess if describe when I hear the Philippines. I guess it comes down to the girls, uh, the sights and sounds, like the traffic, um, the the shit that other guys will tell you about. The garbage in the streets, and which I've seen for myself in some of the vlogs. Um, Beggars comes to mind because you're always seeing people approaching people asking for money, and um, but then if I'm thinking about some of the other guys who are out in the province, it probably brings a lot of other things come to mind. Just the low standard of living uh, that I see over there. But weather comes to mind. That hot, humid weather, which is a bit of a worry because I don't like the humidity. But we'll see how that goes. Um, the other thing is the foods. Like I guess everyone boasts about Thailand's cuisine, but when it comes to the Philippines, they don't. From what I've seen, um, it doesn't seem that the Philippines have a huge cuisine. Yeah, I think I will be overloaded, and that's one of the good things. Face Runner is that there'll be nothing familiar. Uh, I won't have time to think about anything else. It's going to be kind of a bit like a kid in a candy shop looking around everywhere, and some things are going to be great. Other things I'm going to look at and probably be a little bit on the depressing side, seeing all the beggars, seeing how some people live. Yeah, that's fair enough, Jedi. Yeah. Um, the other thing, Face Runner, that I think about, and people always talk about it, so it always comes to mind, is when they talk about doing things on Filipino time. You know, um, how nothing is rushed there. You know, um, yeah, well, I don't think you're going to enjoy any trip to Southeast Asia if you don't have an open mind about it, Face Runner. If you've got a closed mind, you're just not going to enjoy anything. You can't go there and be judgmental and look at that and just pick out all the bad things about it. Um, I mean, some things I just expect to see from what you guys have shown me, told me in videos and in the chat and that. So, um, but how do I? I mean, say for instance, the guys talk about going into Manila and the smell in there as being bad. I mean, okay, I sort of kind of expect that, and it comes to mind when they talk about Manila now. But until I actually go there and experience it for myself, I've really got no idea. Um, and something someone said, I think it was King Epic said it today about Thailand and the Philippines. Don't expect to go there and think that every girl is going to jump on you, because that's not the case. You're probably going to get knockbacks, and not every girl there is going to be interested in you. So you know, there's some pretty good advice for people, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys who go over there who think that every girl's going to fall at their feet, and that's just not how it is. What? Oh, Gunner, what are you showing me here? Oh my God! Ah, Jesus, Gunner, how do you find this shit, mate? Yeah, Face Runner. I've seen it like uh, is it Makati, which is in Manila, which is like a more of a high end part of the city, which seems to be much nicer, cleaner. And then you get places like, say, in Angeles City, where, and I'm not sure which one of the guys, it might have been that Terry was showing you, where people are, sleeping on the sidewalk, yeah, and that's going to be the eye opener for me is especially faced when I was seeing these people that are living on the streets, and this is not something guess I'm used to seeing, and when I see it over there, it's probably going to hit me harder than when I see it on a video or you guys are telling me about it. Um, but I have learned already, you don't give the kids money, um, and a lot of the beggars are working for tricycles to Lamborghinis. Yeah, it seems like that when I see some parts of Manila face run, and then you look at Makati, um, chalk and cheese, in the one city. But I definitely know that it's going to be a struggle to see some of these people and how they live. And but I've already been warned that a lot of these beggars are working for gangs, and so even if you do give them some, it's not something they're going to get anyway. Manila City is not that bad. I never even noticed the stench. Crazy beauty, that's what life's about there. Yeah, okay, Jedi. But it is something I hear from a lot of people about the smell in Manila, and I've heard of people in parts of that city just taking a dump in the gutter, and it's like, what the hell? But when you see some of these videos where you got whole families seem to be living on the streets, it's not, it is going to probably tear at the heartstrings a little bit. But I got to remember that that's everyday life for them over there, and that you know you you can't go around. You can't help everybody, unfortunately. Um, so I'm well aware of that. But again, hearing about it, watching it on a video is going to be so different to experiencing that. Yeah, yeah, that's the other thing, Face Runner, and I've heard this about Thailand too, like the exhaust fumes. If forever getting a lung full of exhaust fumes, and I guess that's why uh, a lot of people go to the provinces. One for uh, cleaner air. I think the girls are more, what's the word? Not so street smart, where they're out to get everything they can from you. Um, the girls in the provinces probably got their feet on the ground a little bit better than those in the city. Again, I can't really, you shouldn't be generalising on that. I did 3 months there to experience it all. No 2 week millionaire here. Yeah, fair enough, face runner. I mean, you're pretty honest with your views about shit. Um, and you could do 3 months there. Graham could do 3 months there. Jedi could do 3 months there. Gunner, Junior, any of you guys, and everyone's going to have a different experience. You know, and I guess it comes down to who you're with, who you're around, and what actual uh, part of the Philippines you're in. Um, like I said, everyone's looking for something different. Um, I mean, personally, I think you're wasting your time if you're just going to go to the bars and just look for girls and that. Just go there, bro, and have fun. You will not look back. It's still third world in many parts, but your stress will drop big time. Yeah, I think so too, Jedi. And the good thing is, how you doing? Um, Going back to what you just said, Jedi. The thing for me and Face Runner hit on it before is like be walking around wide eyed with everything, nothing to remind me of any other shit. So um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Face Runner. It's just going to be getting used to seeing some things that you don't normally see in a Western country. Like families living on the streets and you know, women running around with kids on their hips at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning looking for money, and uh, but I'm seen enough videos and talked to you guys enough to know about what goes on with all that shit, and I don't know. You have to be careful. You go into the Philippines. You do not give money to kids. Um, don't even be anywhere around kids if there's they're not with their parents or whatever, because you're going to find yourself in some big trouble real quickly over there. That's one of the good things I said. Watching and talking to you guys, you get some good advice. But again, it's different once you get there. Whole different story. I mean, I told you guys that Japan is good. I really like Japan, but it's hard to get around because very few people speak English there. Um, but it's definitely a full-on modern city, and you can go from a Times Square type situation to uh, some of the real old architecture, which is just sensational, but it is expensive there too. Yeah, Graham, you're probably right to a point, but let's face it, I can walk around Adelaide and I'm not seeing whole families living in the streets. I mean, there are homeless in any city, but not to the extent that you're going to see, say, in Manila. Um, yeah, Face Runner, and I'll tell you now, the hot girls over there are really hot. But you got to go to particular bars where the Japanese girls will go to actually meet Westerners. Um, and Japanese girls are their culture is so different to Western culture, and you know, what you think they like and what they won't like is two different things. So you should check out some videos on Japan. Um, but definitely some beautiful women over there. Um, Again, it's like walking around like a kid in a candy shop over there, but it is expensive. I will say that. I mean, you could probably find and live there on the cheap if you really needed to. But if you're going there as a tourist, it will cost you. You know, but it depends on the experience you're after, I guess. I mean, and they are weird. I mean, I watched some videos the other day where um, I can't remember the guy's channels. But he was showing you stuff over there where they got girls. You can rent girls for your girlfriend for 2 or 3 hours. Um, rent a girlfriend. I mean, it's a non-sexual thing, but I mean, rent a girlfriend. What the hell? I'm not sure I'm into that renting a girlfriend thing. And then they have the college girls running around in short little skirts trying to attract you to little bars. I forgot what they call them. But and they're so much into their anime, and Yeah, Jedi, man, we definitely do see this things the same way, buddy. Um, I really hope that we can at some stage, our next coming few years, whatever, that we can actually get over there at the same time and spend some time together, mate. Um, Sit down, have a beer, and laugh about all this shit, and uh, sitting down next to a beautiful young lady and thinking, "Yep, divorce was worth it. Going through all that shit was worth it." Um, but it definitely would be an eye opener to see how locals live. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with the food because there's some shit over there I'm just not going to eat. I don't care who tells me to try what. Yeah, do Australia, face runner. Get up to the Gold Coast, man. I mean, if you're a younger lad um, and you've got a bit of game about you, mate, plenty of women up there. You got the Gold Coast, Surfers Paradise, and that, mate. You'll have a ball, especially in the summertime. Yeah, well, that's what I'll probably stick to a lot of the Western food. I do want to try pork adobo and that chicken adobo and those sort of dishes. Just not in for the exotic stuff. I don't think I can handle that. And pity the guy that tries to get me to eat that soup number five, mate, because they'll wear that bowl. I'm not eating bull balls for fucking anybody. I'm sorry. No bull balls, no snakes, no dog. I'm already know from what guys saying it's not easy to find. I mean, you can find a reasonable steak over there, but um, yeah, I've already kind of expect the quality of the Western food is probably not going to be the same as it is over here. Yeah. And I know a lot of their food, like the pasta and that, is very sweet. They obviously add sugar to it, but again, like until you try it, you just never know. Yeah. It's easy to say, oh, I'm not going to like that or I'm not going to like this, but some things you just got to try. But I'm just not that adventurous to try some of the stuff that they talk about. Yeah. I don't know about you, Jed. I don't know how game you were and what you actually tried when you were over there. I mean, everyone talks about balut. That seems to be the big one. But I'm not interested in trying that at all. Um, like I said, I'm not that way inclined to experiment with food. Yeah, I know we will, Jedi, for sure, mate. Yeah, face runner Indian food can be nice, though. I don't mind curries and that. So, but again, it's like chicken, pork, and beef. Same with the Thai food. I mean, there's quite a bit of Thai food that I'd love to try. I bet you, Jedi, will have a few stories to swap. That's for sure. Although it'd be better just to sit there, have a beer with a couple of nice girls with us, mate, and laugh about what we've left behind and what's ahead. One of the great things, about traveling to places like, I can only compare it to when I was in Japan. There's just nothing there that's going to remind you of anything back home. it's all going to be so new and eye opening, and there's some things I'm obviously going to not like to see, but that's just part of the culture there. Uh, I've never been to a third world country as such, so as these guys know, been to America and Japan, so they're pretty well 21st century cities over there. Well, except for the country, Oklahoma was pretty well country. Vegetable pakora Indian is good. I've never even heard of that, Jedi. I've never even heard of it. Yeah, I know Indian food's very spicy, but then so is you hear that about the Thai food. Thais love their chili and that. And I don't mind a bit of hot food, so that's cool. But I know that Thailand has a great cuisine. It's world renowned, but um, if we're all honest with ourselves, there's nothing really special about the Philippines cuisine. It's not like it's um, a world renowned cuisine or anything like that. Well, mate, that sounds like pretty good to me. And I love my bacon and eggs, mate. So yeah, if I can get bacon and eggs and a bit of chicken and pork and fish here and there, that's fine. Although I don't think I could eat the rice every day. Yeah, that's the thing. Face around was when I mentioned the spaghetti from the. Everyone says that the spaghetti from Jollibee isn't that crash hot because it's very sweet. And then another thing I heard is to get used to with the Philippines is walking into a Jollibee and asking for something and finding that they're out of it. So and getting used to the fact that uh, you know, not everything is done. Um, nothing's in a hurry there. You got to get used to doing things in Philippines time, which is not a bad thing, really. When you live in a Western country where everything's pretty fast paced, it'd be nice to slow things down a bit. Chicken Joy. Uh, you know what? We need to talk about some of this stuff more. The different foods from places you've been and that. People touch on it, um, but you don't hear a lot about it. And as someone that's going there for the first time, food is a bit of an issue, but from what Jedi was saying, there's nothing to really worry about. You will find Western food, and yeah, mate, if they got bacon and eggs, then I'm laughing. Yeah, and I said I will want to try the adobe, you know, pork adobe, chicken adobe, that sort of food, and I'm sure there's more there. Fried chicken with a side of rice. Okay, we'll see. I could live with that, face runner. That's fine. It's just the rice every day is a bit too much. You can't get the experience here on YouTube. Buy a ticket and go for a month or two. Yeah, I know, Graham. I definitely know that. Yeah, Ray, I've seen that, and definitely be probably eating more Western food than anything. And I understand exactly what you're saying, Graham. Like I said, everything I'm seeing and getting told, it's still only a small window, a small part of it. Um, so I mean, you spend enough time there now. I don't think he will, and he lives a long way away, Face Runner. Yeah, well, that's cool. And that's the sort of stuff, that I'll eat and go to places where I could get a steak, whether it's that good or not. You know, I, and I will try some of their dishes. That's for sure. Just not the exotic stuff. I don't want to eat balut. I don't want to eat snakes and dogs and frogs and shit like that. I'm not that. I'm not that courageous. Even if it even if it tasted good. Yeah, I noticed that Jedi. He did. Even a Mexican restaurant one night, which looked all right. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that face runner expensive, but it's available, so that's cool. Although I'm told that at times that's still, I don't know if it's the way they cook it, whether they don't have the experience in cooking good beef, but um, been there many times and married to a Filipino and never ate the food. Wow, that's full on, Ray. That's different. Didn't expect to hear that. Thought you would have tried something. Yeah, me too, Gunner. Well, you imagine living in Australia. Yeah, no love of snakes at all, mate. Ah, you hate it, Ray. Fair enough. Like I said, there's some things I'll try. I'm not closed-minded that I won't try anything over there. I will try some of it, whether I like it or not. That's another thing. But I mean, the adobo doesn't sound too bad. And there's always you can always do what I remember when Jay Real Deal was over there and he was doing his chicken curry type dishes. I mean, that looked nice. Put a few veggies and some chicken and that in there would be good. Barbecue sauce on anything is good. Oh, that's funny, face runner. So you ever heard even like the tomato sauce over there is very sweet, lots of sugar in it, which is kind of crazy because even in Western countries, sauce has a lot of sugar in it in naturally anyway. So fish and chicken, oh yeah, chicken guts, no thanks. No, 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 Graham, I'm not going to eat chicken guts, man. Um, Yeah, Ray, I have. I mean, I've never smelt it, but I've heard it, and from quite a few different people now, and that would be something I would not look forward to, and understand why they cook outside now. Yeah, yeah, kind of. I enjoy some of the Indian food and the curries and that. Yeah, from what I've heard, face run, I don't even want to smell it, but I've heard people talk about durian as well. How durian stinks like shit, um, a lot of people like the taste of it. So I'm not sure if I'd try durian or not, but who knows? I've heard it's a kind of a funny texture. But yeah, food has been one of those things that's always been in the back of my mind over there. Um, Basically, you asked me before about what comes to mind. To me, yeah, the food, the weather, um, and having to deal with some of the sights of the poverty over there. Those things definitely come to mind. But again, there's so many different aspects to it. Like you see guys walking through Makati and man, what a difference! Walking through that one particular area to others. Yeah, don't. I mean, Harold Balder, he goes everywhere, but you don't see too many uh, vloggers in other countries, really. Yeah, that's the other thing too, Ray. That's very true. Well, India's never been on my bucket list, face runner, but you just never know. Once once I can travel and I get the bug, um, who knows where I'll end up. I definitely want to go through Southeast Asia next. That's on my list. That's first and foremost. Check out Southeast Asia, in particularly the Philippines. I definitely want to check out Thailand too and Vietnam. Probably lucky in that I know people in the Philippines and know people in Thailand, so that's always good. Um, can't say I know anybody in Vietnam, but I do have a friend here who's married to a Vietnamese girl who started up her own travel agency. So if I was going to go there, I'd probably catch up with them and might be able to organise to meet somebody over there who will help look after me while I'm there. Um, I've got a friend who might who, who will. I know he does want to travel over there with me, but whether that happens or not, I don't know. To be honest, I'm happy to go alone if I have to. That's not a big deal to me. I've travelled alone, and it's it it has its advantages. On you can do what you like when you like, not reliant on having to another person who might want to do something different to what you want to do, or stay somewhere longer than you want to stay in a certain place. Uh, India offers a 10-year multiple entry visa for Americans. Wow. Uh, hang on, guys. I just got to jump off, mute myself for a second. Uh, oh, hang on. Maybe don't have to. I was just going to go outside and tell the dog to shut up. I just heard her carrying on. Being a pain in the ass out the back. Yeah, well, I've never heard about the 10-year multiple entry visa, but again, that might be just for Americans' face. Not sure if it applies to all Western countries or not. I mean, people talk about the visas for Thailand or the Philippines, but I tell you what, mate, it's much easier to go to those places and try and bring. Well, if you're a Filipino, for instance, or a Thai person trying to come over to Australia, they make you jump through hoops to come here. Um, I understand why they do it, but it's still a pain and a little bit pissy at times, but that's how it is. Okay, I didn't even know there was a French area over there. See, Face Runner, obviously, the fact that you've been over there and travelled a bit, your knowledge of India is going to be far greater than most of us, I would say. I didn't even know there was a French quarter to it, so it's interesting. I would have thought India, uh, having one time been controlled by England, that might have had some English areas or whatever. I didn't expect the French, that's for sure. So a little bit surprised when you said that. I mean, I'd like to get back to America one day. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. Um, in Mexico, that would be nice to just see Mexico, and that'd be on the bucket list, I guess. And even Japan, going back there, I'd definitely go back to Japan again if the opportunity came up. Oh, how long have we gone for, guys? Oh, nearly 2 hours. Cool. I did send a email to Focus, so should check to make sure it's if I sent it to the right one or not. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, Thought he might have popped in, but then again, it's we're 2.5 hours ahead, so early in the day, you never usually see him. He's usually doing things. Kind of look forward to being on a stream with him again, having a bit of a laugh. And hey, Crystal, how you doing? I really look forward to getting out and traveling again. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been to the US or Japan, so they were good times. Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. Different day, same shit, Crystal. Shouldn't complain. I mean, it's a beautiful Adelaide day here. Yeah, Europe. You know, Europe. I would do Europe face runner. Not sure. Like I said, Southeast Asia is my next destination. Um, and then again, when it comes to Europe, I'd probably be very picky about where I do go. The good thing about Europe is everything's so close. You can jump to different countries, so easily. Thanks, Gunnar. Well, I mean, as you know, Gunnar, I'm still yet to see Mount Rushmore, which is, that's on my bucket list, and Niagara Falls. I'd love to see that, and I think is it in Arizona where they got the crazy horse statue being carved out of the rock there. I'd love to see that. Seeing the sights when you're able versus old men trying to climb stairs. At Face Run, it's funny you say that because, as you guys know, we got Uluru, which formerly known as Ayers Rock there in Alice Springs. Yeah, again, I'd love to see it. And actually, people have died climbing Ayers Rock. Um, it's a bit of a hard climb, and a lot of people have had heart attacks and that. I'm guessing it's all tourists. So, but I mean, I've never been there myself, and it's something I should go and see because it's the colours in the evenings and that how it changes is unbelievable. I've been all around Rushmore, but don't recall seeing it. Memory was a little foggy. Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, Rushmore to me is it's a bit of an iconic thing. Uh, it'd be like the Crazy Horse statue thing. To me, There are things that I definitely have on my list of seeing next time. I mean, I went to see the Grand Canyon and flew over that, and I don't care what anybody says. You can see it in a movie, you can see it on a vlog, I mean, pictures. It really doesn't do it justice. You know, uh, it's an amazingly incredible sight. Same with I'd love to see Niagara Falls as well. That would be really cool. Yeah. Even Canada, I've actually got a friend of I haven't talked to him for a long time. Oh, you can walk a trail there. That's cool. Um, Probably wouldn't mind seeing a bit of Canada as well, but again, I've got so many other things on my list to see first. One thing at a time. Yeah, well, Gunner, I lost all my shit. I had photos from America and stuff like that, and that's all gone. Um, I lost all that stuff. She would have chucked that, which is a real pisser. Yeah, look, there's lots of places for face runner that I probably haven't mentioned or even know of that, that'd be worth seeing over there. Yeah. Okay, Jedi, thanks for coming, mate. Take care, buddy. Yeah, Sturgis would be one of those. That would be a bucket list. I mean that's world famous. I know lots of Aussies do go over there just to ride a bike to Sturgis. Um, Again, it's one of those things. I've seen some videos on it, but it just wouldn't do it justice. Yeah, well, see, that's the place I want to go to. I want to see. As crazy as it sounds, I want to see one of those sequoia trees. Yep, that would be cool. Seeing the old west towns and okay. I knew a girl from. Isn't that Yellowstone? Isn't Yellowstone in California? I thought Yellowstone National Park is where the sequoias are, but I'd definitely like to see those sequoia trees. Yellowstone's Wyoming. Okay. Yeah, don't let me be your navigator, face runner. We'll get lost real quick. What's the name of the place in California where you got the sequoia trees? I thought that was like a national park. That was made a national park as well. Yosemite. That's the one. Thank you, Gummy Bear. Yosemite. Yep, that's where the. Thank you. Yeah, that's true, Gunner. But still, don't use me as your navigator. Sequoia National Park. Okay, I thought the sequoia trees were actually in Yosemite. So, but again, I'm no great expert on it. Giant Sequoia National Park. Okay. It's amazing. I was watching a documentary on how they found it. It was just the US cavalry chasing some Indians in there, and that's how they discovered it. Um, and at first, when they first brought the first cross sections of a tree back from there, they all thought it was a scam. They didn't believe it was real because they were so big. Okay. Actually, I've said before about the girl from Wyoming. She wasn't. She was actually from Montana. When I just seen that, it rang a bell. I remember they used to call her Miss Montana. She married an Australian guy, came back to live here with him. That was going back, Jesus, I was only 21 or something. It's gone back a long time ago. Wow. Brings back some memories. What have we got? 3 p.m., 3:04 p.m., and we've probably been over just over 2 hours. Okay. Well, guys, I might call it quits and not sure what I'm going to do. Um, I'm sure I'll find something. My sister's supposed to be ringing me up and coming over later, so I might go out for dinner with her, see what happens. Um, I should have probably gone down to the beach today. It's such a nice day, but I had a heap of stuff to do this morning, which is why I was on later. Yeah, no worries, Face Runner. Thanks for popping in, guys. It's always good to see you. Um, I'm not sure what's happening later tonight, so um, you just never know. I may pop on or may not. Yeah, Gummy Bear, you take care. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Crystal, thank you if you're still there. Gunner, Face Runner, Gummy Bear. I've seen Randall was there earlier. Jerry was earlier. Thanks for Lost for coming on. Ray, yep, thank you. Uh, no, Ray, that's probably not a good thing to do. That's, yeah, we should probably talk about it one day, but anyway, guys, thanks for popping in. It's always good chatting to you, and I'll catch up with you all later. So take care, have a good day wherever you are, and we'll talk to you soon. Catches.